Hey folks, welcome to another What's in the Box. My name is Jesse and today we are looking at Cascadia Landmarks. This is from Flatout Games, AEG. This is a sequel to Cascadia. In this sequel, it gives a bit more value to the land, which is a great thing. It really balances out, lets the land be worth a lot more points because in the first one, it's mostly all about the animals. But in this one, the land finally becomes a factor in Cascadia Landmarks. So let's look at what's in this box of Cascadia Landmarks. As I peel off the plastic, I'd like to tell you about twitch.tv, where we are live right now, actually. So go over there and check us out. Illustrated by Beth Sobel. Got to make sure you mention that. All right, Cascadia Landmarks. We have played this on the channel before live when we were at Sobo, but we need to play it again soon. So here we go. Cascadia Landmarks. Here's the rules. It's really brief rules. I think that's actually a good distance to show off the rules. Because if you're familiar with Cascadia, it's quite similar. In fact, I'd say this is an over explanation of it. Because it really is as simple as giving value to the land. And also adds new wildlife cards. I guess that's worth mentioning as well. Anyway, this is probably all available on their website, but you can always find it at Board Game Geek. All right, here we go. New tiles. So this adds a few things that are new. If you're familiar with the original Cascadia, is that you're going to get some new triple land or different land shapes. There should be some triples. Oh, here we go. Triples in here. So the land being broken up into three, that's a new feature there. Also just the breakdown of the characters and also these I think they call them keystones. Yeah, sometimes they're on, like in the original game, I believe it was all on single, like this, like single type of land. But here, it's not, it's broken up. And there's a little mountain icon that's telling you that this is part of the expansion in case you wanted to remove it later. Yeah, that's all those tiles there. Let's go back to the wide. So it comes with all of these that are going to be placed on your land tiles. And I could show you these up close up here. So like, for example, water shown here, a swamp, this little, what do they call them, cattails? I don't know what they call them. They probably call them something different depending on which part of the world you're in. Mountains and big forest trees and these. Do not eat those. Yeah, there's just the 5 types depending on your player count. Then we have more of these tiles. These are the same from the actual game. If you're not familiar with the actual game, these are little animal wooden tiles. It's the same. Fits right in, blends right in with what you're used to. And then we have a new score pad, which is going to show off extra things like the mountains because that's part of how you score that. Everything else should be the same. Or I think it's the same. Pretty similar. Let's go over these because this is going to be focus. There we go. Let's put that aside because it's going to mess up our brightness levels. Here we go. We got grizzly bear. Little grizzly bear. You know, someone disliked this video because I didn't show the cards well enough, but let me say ahead of time, I mean, if I skip a card, well, so I'm going to skip a card. I mean, you could pause it anytime you want. Anytime. All right. This is the last thing to show off, though. And in fact, a stack like this, probably not going to show all the cards. Just a heads up. But there's only so many types of cards here. But I will actually, because these are the new parts, I do really want to show off what kind of goals there are. So the first person to get an area of 5, I think, or 6. Don't take my word on that. It's been a little while since I played it. want to say it's gameplay. Anyway, after a player gets a certain amount of tiles together, they're going to put one of those tokens, one of these tokens, on their spot. For example, if it were this, it'd be forced, and you would take this card into your possession. And there's cards equal to the number of players, and that's how you get these cards. And it adds a little additional way to score, such as add 2 to the size of your largest forest when scoring. And so the person who gets it done quicker will get more choice of cards to do it. Some of them are just flat out 3 points. Oh, that's funny, because it's flat out games. And scores for each fox in the wetland, and so on. And I would say most of them are the same, except they change for terrain type. So if something says, per swamp in the prairie, it's going to be per prairie, for example. So yeah, we're not going to go through all of them. But just know they're quite similar. Like even the 3s exist on all of them. Because you're not using all cards every game. You're using just a few of them. But they give you so many for replayability. Populated keystones. Yeah, you're going to want to take what makes sense to you at the time. That's another thing to show off the backs, just to show you forests, wetlands, etc. But anyway, that's everything for Cascadia landmarks. Come on back, subscribe here, and until next time, the box is closed.